Welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I am Nerdarchist Ted, and tonight we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. I know it's April Fool's Day. I know it says that this is session number 13, so who knows what kind of crazy antics this group is going to get up to tonight. So before we get down to that, I'll throw out there that this is Untraditionally Arcane, our game of the all-wizard party, but not a single one of them is one of the 8 core subclasses for wizardry. So lots of fun, lots of things going on. Our sponsor for this game and, the continuation is Easy Roller Dice. Whether it's your first set of dice or your 1 million set of dice, Easy Roller Dice for all your dice rolling needs. Go ahead and jump down to the description, grab the coupon code and the link, get a discount off of your first order. I think there's a link down there to their most recent Kickstarter as well that you could go join and pre-order the cool stone dice that they have. They're super awesome. Definitely don't want to miss out. Not only is that down there, but in the description, you're going to find a link to where you can find all of these amazing and wonderful people that are joined with me this evening of where you can find them on the internet. So without further ado, let's dive in. Go ahead, introduce yourselves. And I always start with the amazing person who produces this for us, Jake.
Hey, internets. It's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and that's where you can find me when I'm not here. I run a Scribes and Scrolls campaign using Candlekeep Mysteries on Monday nights. And you can find Ted in our Dawnbringer stream on Thursday nights. We are in Season 6, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. They are getting up to all kinds of trouble in the Feywild. Plus, we have lots of other stuff like Call of Cthulhu and Star Wars and other things happening on the channel. So stop on by twitch.tv/miniterraindomain. And I am playing Odo Wonderbeard, a wizard of beardomancy.
Who are you throwing it to?
I will throw it to Carlos.
What is up, internet? My name is Carlos Rivera. I run the Volcanic Night channel on YouTube. Come check it out. You might find something you like. I am playing Phlox Finefeather, the Order of the Peacock Wizard. And with that, I am going to throw it over the frag.
All right, stay nerdy. Have a good night. Okay, just kidding. I'm Fraginator. If you can find me anywhere other than here on the internet, I have not done my job properly. I am playing Avtok Treebender, Loxodon, Order of Scribes Wizard, with a little bit of divination mixed in. Let's go, Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I write books. You should go read them. There is a link. I will be playing Chessaline, who is a Drow Bladesinger and also a necromancer at this point. And if you are watching this live, say hi to Lindsay in the chat. She's always here, cheering us on, and I love her to bits. Asa, you're up.
I was saying hi to Lindsay in the chat. I am Asa. I am with Roll for Mischief. We stream D&D on Twitch every Tuesday. You can find our little links in the doodly-doo there. And I'm playing Joshua, Tiefling, onomancer. I will try for my scared Winnie the Pooh voice later. But I also
Joshua.
Yes, the Tiefling allegedly known as Joshua. And I recently picked up a little bit of conjuration magic because, names bring beings to me. Yeah, that's all I got, though.
So a brief synopsis, if this is the first time that you're, catching this game, or to kind of catch you up if you haven't managed to watch all of 13 episodes, this group of not traditional wizards have been brought together because magic has gone awry. And the Council of 8, the 8 most powerful wizards of the individual schools of magic, have reported that the arcane vessels that are attributed to each of the 8 schools of magic are being interfered with, and magic of those particular schools are not functioning as they should be, and it's giving wizards a bad name, and they want somebody who is not the traditional wizards to go out and do it. So each of these 5 wonderful wizards has brought their mentor to look out for the wizards in their tower to make sure that they're safe and sound, and sent them off into the wide world to go investigate each of these devices, locations, items, because each one so far has been a little bit different. They have gone to the Gravane graveyard and fixed the stone skull that was emanating with power. They've gone to the Seeing Stone and fixed divination magic. And recently they went off into the Chaos Wastes to the ever summoning sigil, and taken down the barrier that was there. In so doing, they have fought an angel, interacted with a very bizarre looking unicorn, and have returned home to Gul Talath, where all of the wizards kind of their seat of power is. Now, because it happens to be April 1st, because it is episode 13, our lovely adventurers here have decided they wanted to fast track their time spent and get off to their next destination. So real quick, in a handful of sentences, is there anybody that wants to kind of narrate what they are doing before we get to our next destination?
Yes. Okay, so while we are here, I am going to drop off Rayleigh a bouquet of bird skulls with little spines for stems, and of course copy down spells into my spell book.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to done spells, because that is part of the mission, is you have access to the library and as much paper and ink as is needed. And for a wizard, that is far better than gold, because let's face it, you guys are gaining quite a lot of power far quicker than usually wizards do, because it hasn't been all that long, and you guys have seriously jumped in power from barely being able to cast, second level spells to now having fourth. So pretty sizable. Anybody else?
Yeah, Phlox is definitely gonna fangasm with his headmaster Walter, explaining to him, "Whoa, you won't believe everything I just saw there. I could smell distances and a whole bunch of crazy things that he has never experienced and he could have never experienced at school."
So your mentor definitely, is a bit reserved at this, and kind of begins going into, a hoity-toity lecture about, the chaos wastes and senses, and that, could have asked a little bit and been more prepared for something like that. The chaos waste is a place where it's aptly named. It is designed to sow and show chaos.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Anyone else?
I couldn't see anything in the spell itself, but find familiar.
Mm-hmm.
When you put your familiar in the extra dimensional space, it's just there till you bring it back, no matter how long it is.
Yes.
Perfect. Just want to make sure.
Yep. Yeah, the find familiar is it's not actually an animal, it's a spirit. So like you just go, and when you want it, here it is.
I thought that was the case, but if I happen to need it, I didn't want someone to be like, "Well, I've never seen you summon it." So,
well, I did say early on, and might have missed this one. All of you really should have find familiar on by now, because I imagine at some point in time it's going to come up. So you don't have it, put it in your books, because your DM said so.
Yeah.
hint.
It's not tonight, but
On that note, Joshua's cast find familiar in the shape of a small dog with a mustache, not unlike Ordo's.
Mine's a goblin.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I completely
indeed.
forgot that my peacock survived the wasteland.
Joshua would have caught up with oh gosh, you said his name earlier off camera, Ted, the conjuration specialist, the stage.
Yaz or something.
Yeah, the conjuration specialist is Zam Nixon.
That was close.
Right. And would have, let him know what we had discovered and
Sure.
the unicorn we had spoken with, and kind of like what that unicorn seemed to feel that the celestial spirits or the gods or the divine what they think about conjuration, and would have asked if it's wise to call one of them to try to go through with the next part of our plan of talking with them and figuring out what the gods are doing, wrapped up in all of this anti-magic stuff.
So the thought pattern that he kind of leads you off with is to kind of think through the conversation and see whether there's anything that you might be able to ascertain of, was this person speaking in regards to all Celestials, or does it feel like that this is some kind of faction?
Okay.
Because it would be pretty rare for all of the Celestial plane to just be like, nah, I'm done with this. I don't feel that magic is right. This definitely feels more like a sliver, a fraction. And it's powerful enough to have done some crazy shit that they really shouldn't be doing. But think on that. See what you might be able to kind of discuss amongst yourselves. And
What? There's actually one more teeny weeny thing I would like to.
But your turn's over. Sorry, you missed it. No, I'm kidding.
No!
Yeah, man. We rolled initiative. You're already passed up.
Well, I mean, with the last 10 minutes or whatever, Phlox would like to do Inspiring Leader before we,
Sure.
dip into. I think everyone will appreciate 10 extra temp hit points. Just
Yes.
saying.
And that's something that you can just we understand that that's going to be Phlox's standard protocol. So just be like, hey, before we leave, this is what we do. You could just basically hey, everybody take 10 temp.
Hey guys, I'm the new leader. I just showed up, but I'm gonna inspire you.
I don't think he's quite trying to say I'm the leader.
No.
Or along the lines of hey guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks for having me on board. I wanna
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
He's our hype man.
So I rolled for performance again. I got a 10. I don't know if that means anything.
So it means you definitely need to practice your speeches. Whatever it is that you do to inspire.
Yeah, do the dance.
Is the Wonder Beard.
He gets done with his speech, and I just lean over to Joshua. Does he realize he was speaking avian that whole time? Yes, Ordo has been spending his time first copying Find Familiar into a spell book. And then I have a bit of hair, a lock of hair from the beard dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been, with my barber tools and a little bit of magic, I have been weaving strands of my own beard hair in with that and braiding it together, infusing it with a bit of beardomantic energy. And finally, I summon forth the Beardian, Guardian of Face. And my beard seems to just go in a spectral form that is large, hovers just over my shoulders. It is a magical spectral manifestation of my beard, and it is a beardomantic guardian that will protect me from as people enter my range. And that's how I summon it every time. Beardian, Guardian of Face. That's the vocal component.
I absolutely adore how much you get into our beardomancy stuff.
I love it. Actually, I think I might be high enough level to cast one of the spells I created for it too. I created a couple of beardomancy spells.
You did indeed. After your love of Ordo, we were releasing another product because we've been doing this for more than a year now, so it's definitely out there. So it's definitely a one of those things that I adore it.
Just double checking. Yes, I have also added one of my newer spells, Ordo's Resilient Beard is also added. You'll have to wait and see what that one does.
So, anything else that we need to, kind of get into before you teleport again?
I'm good to go.
All right. So, you guys, prepare yourself with, fresh, fresh food and fresh rations. You get the general speech, and I don't need to tell all of you veteran players about the nonsense that is possibly expected in going to a place like the Feywild, especially Jake, who was literally playing in there with yours truly. So you get to the teleportation sigil that's drawn in the ground. Now, yet again, you were given I keep calling it a stone, but like it snaps in half, but it's a little teleportation trigger to bring you back here, and you verify that you have everything you need, and poof, you are gone. And standing in the stone, black gray, dimly lit room, to all of a sudden a brightly lit expanse. Vibrant colors surround you in every shade, and everything seems to be in full bloom around you. You are in a dense and lush areas of foliage. There's a small path, and you look down at the ground, and very expertly laid is a sigil that, not unlike the one that you were just in, but it's a stone ring, but inside it, flowers and vines all grow expertly to make the sigil that you were standing on. It was made of stone back within the citadel. What do you choose to do at this moment?
So is there like ground outside the sigil, or are we just floating?
Oh no, yeah, you're in a like a dense foliage forest. There's a small path that leads in several different directions from where you're standing.
Oh, I step off of the sigil. And I'm just gonna get a good look around this clearing because I've never been to the Feywild before.
If you've ever had the pleasure of going to like the deep forest or to like a gardens, and you smell the sweet aroma of freshly blooming plants, it assails your senses if you're not used to it.
Well, I did grow up in a glade, but it was nothing compared to this.
So you might be familiar with the scent, but the visuals here are in a much larger spectrum. It seems, even though where you left, it was not early spring, but here it appears so. There's a slight breeze. The trees are in bloom, and they're the type of they're the type of trees that have like the variegated colors of flowers. So it's not just browns and greens that you're seeing on the trees. It's whites and pinks and blues and vibrant colors, and that's not not apart from the fact that there's actual flowers everywhere and bushes that are blooming. You can see off about 10 feet away that there appears to be this massive plant that has petals about the size of your torso in variegated stripes of colors. And it's got this like dancing light that seems to grow out of it. And it's just shifting through a glow of colors.
Yeah, so I can definitely know for sure that Phlox is gonna just take it in. Being a student of the arts, he's just at all with the beauty of the Feywild.
Oh my. Looking around at all the colors, I just imagine taking a few moments and moving from tree branch to flower petal to blooming bush, whatever it may be, and just using a little bit of magic to sort of take a strand of my beard. It moves next to this brilliant blue flower, and the hairs sort of transform into that color. Clip it, put it in a vial, tuck it away, and do this for several things, saving them for later for making wonderfully colored.
So you're just to be fair, you're cutting your beard, not the plants.
I'm cutting my beard, but I am going to. I am.
So carefully, Jake.
Well, I already said it, so I will clarify. I'm absolutely moving up to a plant, taking, while it's still attached, a tendril of beard and sort of holding it up to this plant to match the color. So if that qualifies as touching, I guess I'm touching something.
No, I was saying but you're cutting your beard. You're not cutting the plant.
Oh, no. I'm not cutting any plants.
Sure.
While this is
Joshua,
going,
we're both going to go at the same time.
and 3, 2, 1, start.
Now we're going to
Fight it
talk.
out. Fight it out. Mage duel.
All right, roll an initiative. I got a
use
19.
my portent. I'm gonna roll. I can't beat a 19 even if I have a 100-sided die.
Well, Joshua starts to sneeze and just says, "Oh, I'm sorry, my allergies are really acting up," and my eyes are watering. And then I'm gonna look to everyone else and say, "So, where are we going, and what is it we're looking for?" That's also my cue to Ted. Like,
Sure.
where are we going, and what is it we're looking for? Who sent us
So-
on this path?
Oh, we are looking for the heart of the pale wood, which means we are probably going to be going deeper into the forest. If
You
I
mu-
had
you
to
must-
take a guess.
You must go deep into the forest, and the heart of the pale wood. There is a knot of roots that literally grows in the shape of a heart, but it's coming from several different trees, and therefore it's made of a variety of different colors. But it's the arcane vessel of illusion. So you are warned, by Azidium, that it is entirely possible that you might feel it, bump into it before you actually see it, because you are going to be beset with more illusions than you probably have ever seen. He has tried to find it in a couple different trips, and he was not successful. So he has never actually been to the heart.
Do we know what this object looks like at all?
The heart thing.
Oh, never mind. It wouldn't. I was looking at the spell locate object, and I was like, could that work? Because I know its name, but it's not familiar to me, so I could.
Nope. Yeah,
All
you
right.
would have to know more about it. Have been there, touched it.
Yeah. I keep taking that spell, being like, "Oh yeah, this is what we need to just lead us right along the path," and then realizing, no, I'm not familiar with any of these things we're looking for.
That's fine. The path.
All right. I'm gonna look to chess because they seem to be the most competent of us. And do you know which way we should be going?
That way.
But
Probably the opposite direction.
But whatever it is, we're going to be trying to go deeper into the woods. So if it looks like the trees are getting thicker, I would say that is probably a safe bet for a direction that we should go in. May I possibly roll survival to guess a direction?
That would be an accurate guess. Sure.
Can I, since I'm proficient in it, can I give her advantage and help?
You can.
All right, 18.
All right. So you feel you're getting the direction of go deeper into the wood to try and find this heart. supposed to be the center. You kind of look around. It's pretty difficult. It's only a slight variation between, well, if I look left and I look right, right looks to be denser. So you choose to head off into that direction. I don't know if that sends any of your hackles up going right and left.
A little bit.
I was going to
about
mention
say
that.
something.
We're
But
going to
hold
have to
on.
turn around so we can go left.
Yes. 100% will do that. Go, no,
Mhm.
turn 180 degrees. Go, okay, now I can go this
If
way.
we start trying to go right, Joshua's going to start turning right and then get confused and start going left and kind of turning a half circle and then trying to turn right again. It's like Zoolander, he just can't turn right.
As I turn to follow Chess, a part of my beard just reaches out, grabs Joshua's upper arm, and kind of pulls him in the right direction.
So so Ordo steps across the path, turns around and looks back at the companions. Now he sees that he's supposed to go left, and he looks that way. Whereas Joshua turns left 3 times to get to the direction he wants to go.
He kind of looks like a confused dog at this point, just looking
It's-
for his tail.
The John Travolta meme.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Just
So Carlos, a little bit of history with this group. Whenever we have a choice, they always go left. We've been running this group for a long time.
Say it, Robin.
It's just how it
Semper
goes.
Lateralis. One day I will
Okay.
make a T-shirt.
Yeah, but there's not going to be any left.
So what I'm hearing is we're not right.
All right. So there's been a couple already. So as always, you guys start off with inspiration. That pun, as well as Jake's earlier. So Jake and Frag, you both have 2 inspiration.
The only time I ever get inspiration, and only from Ted. I was
try
muted
to
during the last one, so when never mind. I'll tell you after the thing.
For sure. All right. So you begin, trekking down the path. What do we have for passive perceptions? I don't have those at the moment.
I've only been playing with you for 4
Fine.
years. I keep forgetting to put my stuff in the.
Well, I used to. This game has been a little bit different. But with other ones, I would usually like to ask those things at like the beginning of the sessions and what have you, and I would have it all ready to go.
Mine's 11 unless I can smell it, and then it's 16.
I passively perceive nothing. I have a 9.
Yeah.
I also actively perceive nothing.
What about Chess, Phlox, and Ordo? Oh,
Well,
10.
9.
there. Not.
I think Ordo is the best.
So Ordo's got the best with a passive perception of 12.
Nice.
You guys are gonna have a struggle here.
Yeah.
We're wizards. What do you want?
For
Yeah, we're
somebody
not
to have
wise.
either a decent wisdom and training in perception.
Not natural wizards.
We have the intelligence to know things, but not the wisdom to do anything about it.
I mean, it makes sense. We all chose like unconventional schools of magic.
Sure.
Let me do strong things, then I can be good at something.
But this is a wizard game. You don't need strength in this game.
I'm an elephant.
Uh,
How else was I
You're-
supposed to carry all the junk with my trunk?
You're the Loxodon in the room.
That's right.
So as you travel, the scent of the flowers, much to Joshua's dismay, only seems to get stronger. He watches the breeze kind of just moves along the flowers and the trees. You hear the rustling, you see the flower shake, and some of them, as their petals just rub against each other, it makes a pleasant sound, not quite like a bell, but just like a humming ting that just is rather soothing. There's a little bit of fauna that move and scurry about. You see a number of brightly colored birds kind of fly off from the trees as you kind of approach. After you've been walking for about an hour, what is our marching order? No, we've got Frag and, or sorry, not Frag, but Avtok, Chess as kind of our guides, or one of you in the front.
Yeah, Avtok would try unless Chess actually no, I want to go first. But
I know.
that's only...
If you want to be in the front, then she'll take a step back and take up the position behind yours. But as one of the tankier people here, she'll definitely be up there somewhere.
So to be fair, Avtok does not want to be first. However, the thing that inhabited my body several sessions ago really does.
Can I tell that?
I mean, yeah, because every time there's anything revolving around survival or tracking or leading, it's kind of like a Githzerai face kind of comes and just barely protrudes from the elephant face. It's not creepy at all.
Okay, well then in that case, I'm in the front.
And she just glares at the back of your head.
Each of you who have gone to the Gravane graveyard do know that there's some things that have had some repercussions from that trip. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. There hasn't been any issues, no lasting issues, shall we? But it seems that Avtok has got the most amount of physical manifestation of the spirit.
So far, the only thing I've discovered is it helps me be sneakier.
Sure. So we've got Chess and Avtok. How's the rest of the party lined up?
I'll take up the rear.
Okay. Josh, 3 or 4?
Josh was just sneezing along the way somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I imagine being in the middle as well.
All right. So
I'm like looking through all my pouches trying to find my Claritin.
Your handkerchief?
Something, anything.
So after about an hour's travel, there hasn't really been, there's been plenty to see. And you either absolutely love what's here, and it's only through perseverance of will that you've got a job to do to keep you going, or you absolutely hate what's here, whether it be you hate the smell, whether you hate the color, and there's even, emotional weight that seems to be settling on you. And you can pick which way you want to go. Either you are, more happier and jovial and are feeling lighter about yourself, or it's weighing upon you and kind of making you grimace and, not angry, but unpleasant. And I'll let you choose as to which direction you wish to go. You can attempt to fight it, but it's coming on, and until it's pointed out, it's just kind of there. But after this hour goes by, Ordo, you haven't seen anything, you haven't heard anything, but you have the sneaking suspicion, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, that you're being watched or followed, something along those lines.
Ed?
Yes.
Can I start singing some wordless tune and then like a Disney princess summon a bunch of birds, but the birds are dead?
So are you
skeletal birds?
Are you casting a spell, or are you just trying to give into the magic?
I'm just trying to give into the magic, but I will absolutely summon undead for this.
This is a very Jack Skellington moment.
All right. So if you're willing to give the spell slot,
yes,
full narration, how many undead would come with that particular spell?
Let me check. I think I have it written down. I do not have it written down.
All right. While you're look,
Yeah,
while
get
you're
back
look-
to me.
Sure. While you're looking that up, how are you reacting here, Ordo? Not to the birds that are about to show up, but to this general uneasy feeling.
Well, I rolled a wisdom check just to see how Ordo would react, and I rolled a 1. And
My favorite number.
I think that we call that a Fraginator 1. I think that Ordo is becoming what was initially enamored at all of the colors and everything has suddenly just become every little sound of something, a twig snapping, a bird in the tree, whatever it is.
Joshua sneezing.
Yeah, just about every time. Just stay close, Beardian. No, closer. And just very, you would even see that my beard has sort of intertwined around myself a bit. And I think with that one, I would actually, I just want to check to see. Yeah, I think I would cast beard skin on myself. So you would actually see tendrils of hair growing along my arm hair getting thicker and all across my body as my AC can't drop below 14.
Okay.
And if it's relevant, I'm resistant to cold during this.
So only Ordo has a 12. Everybody else has got a 10 or under for perception.
Yes.
All right.
11.
Oh, okay. All right. Out of the 11, Avtalk and
Whoop, whoop. Unless I can smell it, then it's 16.
When you cast your beard skin, you hear this, kind of chuckle coming from the trees about 20, 25 feet away to your left.
I'm having flashbacks of a giggle axe.
Nope, no giggle axe on this one.
Yet.
By the way, the answer is 1.
Okay.
One smaller medium creature. So it's a fairly large bird.
All right. Well, do you want a large bird or do you want?
I just want a tiny flock of like undead sparrow
Sure.
skeletons.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do it this way.
I was hoping they're going to be ravens.
All right.
Just clap.
So you can have 5 teeny tiny little birds. Sparrows are that are just completely skeletal that are now floating around and
Like perching on my arms and hat and stuff, and I look perfectly delighted by this.
and despite them not having any vocal cords, they can absolutely chime in and along with you because it's fucking magic. So
Yes.
This is the goth version of a Disney princess. You're doing Snow Blight.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Joshua's becoming just more and more agitated with his each sneeze. And he's just spent this time grumbling to himself. At a certain point, he tries to bat at Chess's birds. Get these damn things away from me.
so as Chess is kind of getting into her song and the birds singing perfectly along with her, Chess, why don't you make a performance check for me?
And this is where it's all going to go terribly wrong. What do I have per performance? Oh, I actually am proficient in that.
Yes, because you're a Bladesinger.
That's right. 16. Not bad.
So the birds actually, I rolled a 16 on the die, and for whatever reason, they don't have a negative that I think undead would typically have here. So they match you perfectly. So you are completely distracted by your little bird chorus, and so what we'll do is we'll modify your spell, and you can create your undead bird chorus spell, and we'll hash out all of the specific in between sessions, but we'll create a spell completely for this because of this moment.
That's awesome.
Now, we've got Joshua bothered by his sneezing. Phlox, you see Avtok and Ordo like kind of cock their head or their ear to the left. You've got Chessaline and entertained by the birds. What are you doing?
Well, Phlox is a man of the performing arts, and he appreciates what Chessaline's doing. He's like, "Oh, bravo, nice falsetto right there, excellent, like very tasteful." I don't enjoy the dead birds per se, kind of on the nose, but you know what? Still, performance tasteful, 10 out of 10.
Excellent. So we had kind of discussed off camera with everybody. Whether it be something that your characters always had, or whether it was something that the Chaos Waste has left a mark. All of you have, even if your character is not aware of it, some kind of phobia. What is Phlox's phobia?
Phlox's phobia is he is scared to be seen in public.
So as you're observing chess and this beautiful performance, I mean, you definitely have a keen eye for just someone who's entertaining and someone who's actually, turning it into entertainment for the masses. That concept of masses, people. Forest seems to fade around you, and you find yourself not within a forest path surrounded by beautiful trees. Each one of the plants that you see washes away and finds itself into a stadium chamber seating. You look upon the ground, and it's not dirt and sand, but hardwood stage elevated up, and you have magical lights kind of coming from either side, pointing at you. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage for me.
Wisdom saving throw when it loads. 7.
If you want, I can roll for you.
So you are essentially stunned in fear.
Wow.
While you perceive this as something that's going on, the descriptions of how you're moving around, the rest of you all see Phlox acting that way until turns from the lights and then looks out and sees. To you guys, he's just looking out into the plants, and he's just got this frozen look on his face as his jaw just kind of drops a little bit. And
so I know I'm frozen in fear, but I think it would be appropriate to start bolting as if I'm exiting stage left. No, okay.
Nope, you are stuck.
Okay. Okay. Frozen shut.
The attempt was made, it didn't work.
I think I'm moving, but I'm definitely not. Like if something inside wants me to move, it's like no. Just paralyzed with fear.
So
I'm just gonna grab him by the shoulder and say, "We don't have time for this. Just keep Moving.
And I jerk back.
So you go to grab him. And when you grab him, your hand does not touch what you expect. And I'm going to I don't know if you happen to have our Facebook chat open.
Oh, yeah, I can have it in front of me in a heartbeat.
A bizarre image or a bizarre person is what you see when you go to grab Phlox. And in fact, you each look at your companions and they're not there. But you see each of you 4 of this purple winged goblinoid creature that's got dancing lights with fairy wings, insectile wings, kind of like floating around them. 4 of you who are not stunned, go ahead and roll initiative.
Other?
I used my dice tab to open Facebook to look at the goblin picture. I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 4.
So 4 total.
I rolled a nat 4, so 4 total. You can go before me, Robin. You got a higher initiative bonus than I do.
I have.
I actually rolled good for once.
Oh, I have a +0 to it. So I rolled
Well,
an 11.
look at you rolling good.
With my -1, it's 16.
Well, that's just good for you there, Mr. Elephant Man. Really channeling the frustration.
I can't believe you finally rolled something higher than a 10 and it was for initiative.
You know what, Robin? No.
wait until he rolls a spell attack.
Yeah.
Realistically, the only one who needs to go first is Robin.
All right. The sword at this little creature's side almost springs in the hand, and you watch as it lunges at, from perspective, at each of you. Chest, that is a 24 to hit.
Ooh.
8 piercing damage.
Yeah?
I made the mistake of unpreparing shield today.
And a 21 to hit, 7 piercing damage. So Avatar, what are you doing?
Well,
You managed to get out of the way of the thrust as it attempted to stab you.
I need it to make an intelligence saving throw because I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on it because I don't know what else to do yet. I'm still looking at my spells. So I'll just go to my standby.
All right, so it's got to make a saving throw.
Yep, int 16.
Right. So let's find out here. 1, 2, 3. Joshua, that intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a natural 20, so that's going to be a 27.
All right. So is that
That's good. I
save or
rolled
suck?
really well. Oh, that it's a cantrip, so yeah.
All right. So Joshua, you feel
Darn.
this pressure on your in your head as to whatever this creature is attempting to do, but your mental defenses were too strong.
You'll have to try harder than that, weird goblin thing.
Ordo, what are you doing?
So one of these Jerry Goblin things hasn't attacked me yet?
Well, it looked like it thrust in your direction, and you managed to, dodge to the side.
Question.
Sure.
When it looked like it lunged at me, did it come within 10 feet of me?
No.
Okay. That's
that,
r-
that would have evoked your guardian. Correct?
yes, my Beardian. Okay, so in that case, I see this little weirdo lunging at me. I am going to I never ever get to use this spell, so I am going to look around quickly for some deadfall or rocks or something that is, I believe it's 5.
You can find rocks, but there is no rotten or deadfall tree. This place is too rich of for there to be.
So yeah, I'm just gonna pull a Darth Vader and lift up some rocks and hurl them with catapult at this creature. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Let's go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Say chess or me?
Yep, chess.
Okay.
You're muted.
I'm pretty sure I just failed that. Let me check what my dex throw is. Okay, 9 total, so no, I definitely failed.
Let me see how badly these rocks hurt you then.
I want a rock.
14 bludgeoning. Now they look like looks like the rocks hit this old goblin dude, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Chess.
That's the Napoleon Dynamite, yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. I'm wearing a white shirt in red letters. It says "Vote for Ordo." Yeah, I think that's my turn then.
Jesseline, you're up.
Oh, okay. Well, I have pre-rolled. I don't know who is going to be angry with me for having done so because I have a dirty 20 to hit.
Wow, let's find out. That's going to be Joshua.
Okay.
I think that was Joshua.
Yes, Joshua.
Okay. You cut out on my end at least.
I heard
sorry.
John, so I'm gonna go with that was John.
So we know his
Right.
real name.
Oh well, damn it!
So does a dirty 20 hit you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be 9 piercing, and I invoke inflict wounds for 24 necrotic for a total of 33 damage. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Sorry, not sorry.
Almost making the character.
This is 9 piercing, and then 22 necrotic.
And a 24 necrotic.
But you had 10 temps, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you have more than 33 hit points?
I do.
All right. So you're still standing. Does that end your turn,
I'm
Jess?
so sorry. Yes, that ends my turn.
Joshua,
am-
you're up. This
Well,
creature lunges and looks like you managed to get out of the way of the first strike, and then like it impales you, and you just watch as just like your life energy just gets leaked into the blade of this thing. Gouts of blood just gush out of you. Dear Lord, I can't talk. Littering the ground below.
Well, Joshua just curses and like flames burst out of him at this goblin, because my reaction during Chess's turn is going to Hellish Rebuke in response to getting stabbed to death.
Awesome. So that's absolutely gonna go back to Chess because
Dex,
they're the one that
that's-
stabbed you.
that's a Dex 15 to take half damage.
Oh man, there's so much PvP.
No,
in this
I
session.
failed once again. How much damage do I take?
I mean, like this, I should be happy about this because I rolled low, but I'm not. I'm actually a little bit grumpy. You take 5 fire damage.
I am so sorry. I really didn't mean to hurt you. Like, I would have done the
It's
same thing
okay.
if I'd known because Chess doesn't know that and I don't metagame, but I am sorry.
No,
Sure.
it's all right.
So on your actual turn, there,
God, my actual turn, I'm just gonna grumble about how we don't have time for this ugly goblin creature's cast mage armor, and what can I do here to actually like get away? I did not prepare any spells. You know what? We're just gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and use this wonderful lance thing.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have the shimmering psychic power start to swirl out of my forehead like a unicorn, and a psychic lance is going to launch at the goblin that just attacked me. That is a intelligence saving throw DC 16.
all right, have talk. Intelligence saving throw.
How did I know that was coming at me?
You saw my dice. I don't know.
+7 is a 19.
Okay.
I don't remember what you said.
It was a 16, so you passed
Okay,
it.
sweet. I think that's half damage still, though.
It's half damage, but and you aren't incapacitated, which
That's good because that would totally ruin my next turn.
So that is 19 halved. So halve the 19.
So 9? No. Yeah.
And it's psychic. I don't know if that means anything to you.
I feel like it should, but I don't think it does. I want it to.
Does that end your turn there, Joshua?
Yeah, that's gonna end my turn.
Blocks as you're on the stage, struck dumb at the vast amount of eyes. You look out into the audience. There's an elf in the crowd that grabs your attention. Who is this person?
So this is one of my fellow students at the academy.
Okay. Were they also a wizard, or were they in a different sect?
Yeah, she was also a wizard.
Why is this person important, and how do they bring you out of this stupor?
The person's important because she's the one that got me into the Order of the Peacocks, inspired me to join, and anything she says, I will definitely do what she says.
So, as you like, there's not a conversation. It's all facial expressions. So you watch as she just kind of just visually guides you through taking deep breaths, and you're able to push past. And just as you gain your composure, absolute look of malice and hate takes her face, glaring at you, and it burns into your vision as you come out of it, and you're yet again there in the forest. You look around, something's happened. Some of your allies are injured. As the rest of you kind of see the image of this goblinoid creature completely disappear. Injuries that you've sustained, the spell slots that you've used are gone. The ramifications have happened, and Phlox looks to be themselves. For you, it's only been a handful of times. Phlox, it's definitely felt a lot longer than that. But whenever you're confronted with fear, everything always seems to last longer.
Yeah, I know what my own sword blows look like, and I am absolutely horrified.
Goblins scratch. I need to sit down. I need to sit down for just a minute.
I'm gonna help him sit down.
Remember
Ordo.
when we had a healer?
Ordo, as this come to your senses, a tree branch about 35 feet away kind of moves as if something was on it, and it kind of moves back into position like where it just shakes. Something leapt off of it, and you hear that giggle again. But you don't see anything. You don't hear anything more than a couple seconds.
Fireball.
I'm like looking for things I can do, and
When in doubt, fireball.
When in doubt.
Yeah, because that's not going to piss off the Fae launching a fireball in the middle of the forest.
Also, there is a chance that it
I-
will end up coming back on us.
Cast Iron Ball.
I'm gonna
We
go.
have that, right?
I'm gonna go opposite fireball.
Fire square.
I am going to attempt. I'm going to
Ice
attempt to
square?
cast snowball. They're like snowball
swarm. Nice.
Which is I believe that's a
What is your DC, sir?
DC 17. And it's basically I can aim in that direction, and basically I envision just in all these bright colors, just picking out some plants that sort of look like white balls of flowers and just
Sure,
turning them into
sure.
snowballs, and they just start pummeling that whole area. So it would be a DC 17 deck save.
All right. You pummel the area. You definitely hear sounds of impact, but no creature materializes. We don't know whether you've done damage or not, but go ahead and tell me what it is, and if it saves for half or any of that stuff.
I rolled a 9.
9 damage.
Cold damage, yeah.
Okay. And is it save for half, save the negate?
It's saved for half.
And they can't get mad because snowball fights are fun.
And then I just turn and look back at I kind of look around at everybody, and there was something over there. It was laughing at us.
Did it have my blood all over it? You would know.
Oh
It
no,
looks
you
like-
don't know. That makes this so much worse.
Passive perception 9, he said.
Did not realize we were being attacked by illusions that were actually us.
Well,
Oh,
to be
man.
fair, Chess was attacked.
Oh.
Chess took damage that was not from you guys.
I'm just glad it didn't come to my turn again because I was going to blow a 4th level spell.
I did in fact blow a 4th level spell. Just for funsies.
So, what are you guys doing?
So first thing I'm gonna do is like
CPR.
catch right?
Please, I'm near the brink of death.
catch a like, big sigh of relief. He's to see like, guys, where was I? What happened? What's going on? Why is he bleeding?
That's my fault. Not intentionally my fault, but
What? Huh?
Yeah, how was Goblin attacking me your fault? Explain.
okay, so we're on the plane of illusion, right?
Yes.
Oh, we're in the Feywild.
Yeah, I don't think we saw what we thought we were seeing. I think I thought I was stabbing a goblin and I stabbed you.
With my 8 wisdom. Yeah, sure, I follow along.
You stabbed me?
I didn't mean to. I thought I was stabbing a goblin.
I almost died. I could have died.
I know. You think I don't know that?
Maybe we just need to get up. We need to go. We need to find this thing and get out of here with all these illusions, and we just need to stop stabbing each other.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Don't
really
know if I
tempted
can
to stab
forgive
you.
The wound is too fresh.
That's fair. I'm just gonna start walking.
So as a reminder, you do have the messenger bag that can call forth 2 healing potions.
Oh, that's right.
I
You should take those.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll have to blow spell slots with healing word.
Who has the bag at the moment?
Thought it was Abtalk.
Shit, I left it at the Citadel. Damn it.
Is it not Abtalk?
It's not Abtalk, no.
Is
Abtalk
it
does not take
Ordo?
responsibility for anything except for heavy items. Like,
Okay, you know what? I think that it was you because you were in the spot where Esperanza was.
Yes. I just assumed
And she
Esperanza took
definitely
it with her.
had them before.
Well, I mean,
I thought
it would've-
I thought you had the messenger bag.
Okay, then we'll go with I have it now and I will hand you the potions, Joshua.
Okay, that will get. I'll drink one and then say.
I like
No, I
that
forgive
Joshua is sitting there bleeding out. And we're like, who's got the potion? You got? No, I don't. You do. Oh, I had them
That
all
sounds
along.
about right. I think we would argue about that in the midst of somebody being in a lot of pain. I'll drink one of the potions. How much does this one heal? Is it regular potion?
yeah.
A Loxodon never forgets anything, but Fraginator has CRS disease.
And for those who don't understand that breakdown, it's can't remember, fill in the blank. So as you take are we taking a actual rest here, or are we just taking a breath and then moving on?
I was going to drink that potion and keep going. If that sounds like a plan for everyone else.
I feel like after Esperanza used it so often, I basically just enlarged the pack that she was able to stand on so a medium creature could maybe fit there too. Do you need a ride?
It summons just regular healing, the 2d4 plus 2. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that was 7 for me.
Took 30 some. I get 7 back. I'm good.
I'm not bloody anymore.
Simple prestidigitation that away and you're all good.
But I will. So I totally cheated earlier. Did 2 actions in my one turn, so I didn't actually count my mage armor. But I'll cast that now that I'm paranoid.
Sure.
If I cast mage armor, my armor class will go down.
It wouldn't go down. It just you wouldn't benefit from it. Because you got that thick elephantine hide.
Yeah. That's why my feelings never get hurt. I got thick skin.
Oh, if only Joshua could say the same thing. Yeah, moving onward, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So you begin walking, and again, you get back into that rhythmic pace. You guys naturally travel in silence. You lightly converse, your typical marching mentality.
Usually Joshua mutters about things and drinks, but right now he's mostly sneezing and cursing.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, if it gets to a point where it looks like we're nearing where we want to go and we are being too loud, I will cast Pass Without Trace.
That's not the case.
Okay.
Chesseline, I imagine you go back to taking point.
Yeah, but also very quietly. Like she is no longer singing. She's just very awkward silence.
Do you still have your birds?
Yes. But they're also very dour now.
I can imagine somehow the undead chirps are almost, gloomy and angry as they've taken on your facade, if you will. Phlox, are you still taking a rear guard?
Still taking real rear guard. He's like, I don't know why I don't want to be looked at the moment, so I'm gonna take rear guard. But he's a lot more quieter than he was. More quieter than what you guys already know him as.
Sure. So Joshua's in the middle, and Ordo winds up walking next to Phlox for a little while, and the two of you lightly converse as Ordo tries to figure out like what it was that you experienced. Hope you don't mind me inserting a little bit here, Jake.
Go for it.
As to this weird, stupor you wound up experiencing while they encountered something else. How much do you share?
Sure, everything. I tell him I was in a place that I've never been before, but it feels like a fresh memory that I just can't seem to wash out in my mind. It's so I tell him for the first time I felt so paralyzed, so I just couldn't move, even though I wanted to bolt as much as I could.
So
I tear up a little bit too, like
Ordo is a barber and is used to like listening to people, getting people to talk. So I know in just those perfect places to, yeah, oh no, and it's sincere, but it's like just the right places to make you feel comfortable telling this and not make you feel awkward at all. And
so
you get me,
Phlox, as you begin narrating this, the presence of so many eyes upon you, still, isn't settled on your shoulders. So you're keeping to the path, and you're looking, at Joshua in front of you and off to the side to look at the flowers and whatnot, and you just keep going on. Ordo, as you're walking at the back and having this conversation with Phlox, you feel something strange as you watch you walking normal pace, but your companions seem to be under some kind of spell, and they're moving so much faster than you seem to be able to. You try to increase your stride, and they don't get any closer. In fact, they're still getting further and further away. And you start running, and that doesn't change anything. They round a bend, and just as you get to the bend, they're around another, and then around another, and then they're completely out of sight. And the forest fades away. Where does the as the forest fades away, where do we find Ordo alone?
I think that I think Ordo this as the scene transitions and trying to keep up with everybody and just my little stubby dwarven legs, I can't keep up. They're getting ahead, and sort of the trees begin to give way to an impossibly wide marble staircase that has a slight curve to it. And it's curved just enough that I can't quite see around the bend. I imagine there's somebody there, but the footsteps are echoing away. And if I look over the railings, it's just a void of blackness.
And as you look over the railings and you look back and you see this spiraling staircase, you begin trying to climb, and you swear with each step you manage to get up, the distance of the height of the step has got to be increasing. You're getting slower and getting slower. You get to the point where you're literally like climbing, like you have to reach up and grab a hold, and you're clearly in some kind of, castle or, something that was made by giants, and you're utterly in an alien place you've never heard of, never seen before. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Save. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I rolled a nat 20 and a nat 1.
So
that's a 5 total.
So you see yourself trying to climb these stairs, and the rest of you see Ordo standing in place, jumping, trying to reach something. He's got this absolute look of dread on his face, unable to perceive whatever is around him, and he absolutely looks terrified.
I mean, Ordo, if I'm bothering you with my story, you can tell me to be quiet anytime you want.
Can I grab him by the back of the robes and pick him up so he's higher, since it looks like he's trying to reach something?
So, Ordo, as you're doing this, you're not like you're trying to jump, but the ground isn't giving you purchase. Like you push off and you begin to sink in. Like you're not stuck in it, but you're not getting anywhere to where you want. Josh, you hear just the faintest little voice. I will sense all your fears.
Who's there? We don't have time for your games. Just trying to get somewhere. And I'm gonna look around frantically.
If you want to make a perception check, go ahead.
I'll see. Well, that would be a natural one, which is a 0.
So, quickly, do you want to enter anything into the seed, or do you want to just say you don't see anything?
I think that given that I rolled a 0, I've got to see something, but it's got to be all kinds of the wrong things.
All right, so you turn in the direction that you heard this voice, and because it's the cast crew, to the left, and as you turn, you stretch the side where Chessaline stabbed you, and you go, ugh! But as you look off into the woods, you see a half orc that looks as if they're not ready for a fight, but they're prepared for a fight, if that makes any sense. They're not looking aggressive, but they very much feel like they're equipped for battle if need be. But this half-orc is familiar to you. Who is it?
Well, I think this half-orc is familiar in the sense that it is someone that I had met in a bar, and I tried to swindle out of their name.
Try to or was successful in?
I gotta check my notes real quick because I actually had something in my description for this. I don't remember if I was successful or not, but I'm gonna say I was not successful. This is pretty early on, and I was just not sure how to handle the whole getting names out of people discreetly. And so I just spent my time just introducing myself, and
So
this person had a much better idea of what I was trying to do than I did.
they've got a fairly neutral expression on your face, so you get the idea, whether it's accurate or not, at least in this moment, you don't believe that this half-orc is aware of what you were trying to do. And, you know, they're just kind of like milling around almost in very much not a half-orc way. Like they're smelling the flowers and enjoying the space. Chess, Avtok, what are you doing? Avtok, you're lifting up. Phlox, you're in your conversation. Chess, what are you doing? As seems the stops to deal with something.
Well, if Ordo is spaced out the way that Phlox was previously, and Phlox spaced out right before we ended up with Fairy Fiasco, it's probably a good idea to try to snap Ordo out of whatever is going on. So I'm gonna like come up and sort of like in front of his face and like poke him a little bit and like try to do this without causing damage at first. But if he's not responding, I'm gonna slap him.
Sticking with the pointy end. It worked for Joshua.
You're gonna slap Ordo?
Yes.
What the
I take it your beard is gonna have something
Well,
to
I mean,
say about that.
That makes you hostile towards me.
The defender of the face.
I am just trying to wake you up. I'm doing this for your own good.
Ordo might understand that, but
his beard
Guardian
sure
of the
doesn't.
Face, is probably not going to see it that way.
Oh, but it's the Guardian of the Face. I never said I was going to slap your face.
That's just
That
what the
adds
spell is called. It's protecting my entire body.
All right, that's fair.
So
That's a charisma saving throw.
Oh God. Oh
What's
God, I have
charisma?
+0 to that.
That's better than me.
7.
10 more and you would have had it. That's 20 force damage as you slap me.
Oh, I have 1 hit point left.
After or before?
After.
Oh, phew. We're gonna kill each other in this section.
So I'm sitting on the floor now, and I am just absolutely stunned.
So is you
if you've all watched the old style cartoons with the little like lights dancing around someone's head, wrong. That literally happens. In the image that I sent you, there's a little colorful orb with the little fairy wings. It all seems to begin floating, not around just Chess's heads, but all of you. But with the point of damage that Ordo took from the slap, go ahead and this time allow you to make that wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Okay. Before that happens, is the beard reaction thing that goes off, is that a visible thing? Or is that like, how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, the Beard Guardian is a giant spectral beard that sort of hovers behind me. And I think as Chess walks up and slaps Ordo, the spectral thing just slaps her in direct
So like
reaction.
comes
just-
into physical being
Like,
momentarily.
right across the
yeah,
clearing.
there's just, it's like slap.
I hit a tree and just sort of sunk to the bottom. I am on the ground and I am not getting back up just yet. Wind has been knocked out of me.
Alright,
As soon as that happens, I assume Avtalk would have been, wow.
On the plus side, the new wisdom save is a 21.
Alright, so you managed to kind of come out of it.
Just as you go flying.
There's a gnome who kind of helps you get up this step, and it seems like this was the one that led to an actual landing, but because the steps were so tall, you couldn't see what was up there. Who is this gnome, Ordo?
The gnome is strangely, I think that this gnome is Willow Brambleberry. This is the gnome whose spirit inhabited me.
So as they pull you up and you get to the landing, you see a transformation come over. You get the full sensation that this is indeed the person. And as they step into you, kind of re-merging with your form,
Ugh.
you get this just a glimpse of a moment as their face takes on this malicious look. And you get this sense of presence. You don't even hear the words, but it says do better. You come to, and while the rest of you saw a few seconds of these little orbs flying around all of your heads, I'm going to take Park's suggestion that Chess's dead birds join in the circle of things flying around Chess's head. But you see Chess on the ground, and your savior of face kind of still defending you, but it's more in front than in behind at the moment. And Jess is on her butt up against a tree. She's not looking so hot.
Ugh. Oh dear. Jess, have you fallen? And I hold out my hand to help you up.
Yeah, I think I deserve that one. And I like take it and stand up.
This forest is a very strange place indeed.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So I've been, looking at this half orc that hasn't recognized me yet, or recognized seen us there, and I'm just going to march away from the group and toward him and just say, Orgrove, if that is your true name, I don't know what game you're playing, but you need to cut it out right now.
It looks you in the face, stands to its fullest height, and vanishes.
Your invisible tricks are not going to work on me, and I'm going to cast See Invisibility, or whatever that one is. The spell that lets me see things that are invisible.
Yes.
Aptly named.
Yeah, I'm going to cast that.
Sure.
Do I see anything invisible?
Nope.
Damn. Must have been. I'm going to come back to the group muttering and looking dejected, and then see Chess and say, what happened to you?
Oh, I slapped Ordo.
Beardomancy strikes again.
Did what?
You were in dreamland. I was trying to help you. I am just gonna keep my hands to myself. It ends badly.
Maybe you should take the other potion just to keep us from.
That's probably not a bad idea.
We're all standing and you hear and all of that. We should probably keep moving. There's an orc out there somewhere. I think it's got. I don't know how he tracked me down, but I think he's got something to do with this nonsense.
So,
As
what? Oh, go.
Bad Flux.
I'm sorry. Flux is gonna put his hand on Ordo's shoulder. Pause for a second in case the beard comes up to smack him, and then says, "If you need to talk about it, I'm here to listen." Since he knows, he kind of gets that we were both in the same days.
I appreciate that. And I would sort of explain to everybody what I was seeing, the visions I had, and of the stairs, and up through being pulled up by the gnome. She looked really angry before she re-merged with.
A close friend of mine was also unreasonably angry at me before I came out. Seems to be a pattern going on here.
Avtok,
Yes.
as this conversation is happening, what do you do?
Did I successfully throw Ordo? I wasn't sure.
I didn't know you were trying to throw him. I thought you said you lifted him up and like he came
Yeah,
back.
and then I was asking about the hair, and when it attacked, if I was able to see it, I threw him in fear.
Oh, so I imagine that puts him down. Not so much as like legitimately throw him.
Okay. I would just assume I am behind the nearest tree trying to keep Ordo out of sight.
Okay. So remind me, what is Avtok's sphere?
He's developed a fear of the whisker magic.
So as you see, Ordo come back to himself, and you kind of like step off to a tree. You see a man, bald head, completely clean shaven, and they're like, "Quick, this way!"
Follow without hesitation.
And you watch as, after several strides, they look back a couple times to make sure that you're following. And as you do so, like each time they look back, the face goes from a more, concerned into, jovial or happy to like a malicious grin. And as you move past their face, realize that you are back in the beard dimension. And this clean-shaven half-elf is in fact, not, as their head essentially erupts in a cascade of hair and beard, and the weapons at their side change from steel and like they crawl off like the wigs, as you would call like hair spiders, and it begins surrounding you. What do you do?
I'm a little wigged out. I cast greater invisibility. I don't want to be seen by this stuff, and I'm going to try to sneak away.
They appear as to not have noticed your magic, and they can see you just fine. Don't expend the spell slot.
Oh, okay. How many are near me?
There's like somewhere between 8 and a dozen of these wig creatures, as well as the what used to be a half elf.
Are they all within a 20-foot radius?
Close to.
Can I move so they are?
Sure.
Because I will fireball centered on myself at 4th level.
So again, don't expend the spell slot.
Dang, damn it.
This is happening in your head. But you go to cast your magic. As you do so, you hear Ordo's voice. And it says, I've modified this spell to be a little bit more potent. And I can't do Ordo's voice as well as Jake does. But you watch, and instead of erupting in fire, you watch as these tendrils of hair erupt in this explosion of 20, and you're caught in it. And not only are you caught in the area of effect, you're caught in this wrapped braid of hair, and these, walking wigs like come up and begin like tying themselves to you. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save at disadvantage.
You accidentally.
Is this against fear or charmed?
It would be against fear, yeah.
Okay, well, I have advantage against frightened, so is
All
straight
right.
roll?
So then just a straight roll.
You accidentally
that's
cast
gonna-
furball instead of fireball.
Wisdom saving throw, it's average. 14.
14.
Which I assume is not enough.
No. So back at camp, we're back at, back in the forest. We watch as Avtok, good 20 foot off the path. So much as an elephant can really hide behind a tree, Avtok kind of slumps down into a bush and seems to be struggling. Imagine a 7 foot tall Loxodon falling into a bush struggling is not going to be a quiet matter. So at least somebody is going to notice this, and I'll let you guys decide who.
Listen, I can't take any more damage. Somebody else is going to have to deal with this.
I rolled an 18 on my perception, so that's a 17. So I was paying attention. Oh, come on, let's go. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to pick the elephant up.
All right, so he seems to be wrapped up in this, viney bush, and despite his efforts, it looks like as he's struggling, he's actually somehow managing to wrap himself up more into this vine. Either he's really bad at struggling, or this bush is alive enough to be trying to make it more difficult on purpose.
Don't you know anything about swimming? When someone tries to save you, you gotta stop thrashing. Oh, fine. I'm gonna rummage through my pouch and grab a knife. I'm pretty sure I have a dagger.
Accidental stabbing number 4.
I will come assist, pulling out my barber shears and attempt making strategic cuts, or showing Joshua the best places to cut to try and free Avtok.
So
I'm sure
as the
Avtok
two
won't
of-
have a problem with me coming at him with scissors.
as as the two of you approach Avtok, and he's definitely still struggling. I'm going to say Ordo, and because Asa, you rolled well enough, Joshua. You see the tree that's next to the bush move, and what at first looked to be more of like a knotty outcropping, it shifts and blinks a couple eyes. This forest takes none too keen with the cutting of branch and vine.
That tree did just talk to us, right?
I heard it.
Say it, Ordo. Then would you let go of our friend, please?
Leave me alone.
Have you tried talking to it?
This isn't. I'll look at the look at the vines and say, "Will you let go of our friend, please?"
Manners are always so helpful, says the tree. And the vine kind of creeps a little bit, and you watch as it kind of slowly begins to unwind. It's taking a little bit longer because Avtok is still struggling. But with a little bit of help, if you manage to put the blade away and reach out a hand, you're able to kind of guide him out of it, even if he's still in whatever vision he's got going on.
Yeah, I'll definitely I'll kind of push some of the vines away, but I'm gonna be very careful to not break or damage any of them.
So Phlox, as these two are helping Avtok, what are you doing?
Seeing this, do I see the tree just spring to life, start talking?
Yeah, that's not hard to.
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to start breaking into a Pocahontas song. Can you sing of all the colors of the wind? Part of me wants to do that, but
You can borrow my birds.
but I guess I will try to talk to this tree, and I inquire, are you the cause of our phobia or of our fears? Are you casting illusions on us? Or you cast?
I don't know if you're afraid of me.
I mean, come on, we're in your territory. Are you trying to defend yourselves against us just being here?
All I tried to do was warn these two not to cut my friend.
Could you help release him?
He's being unwound now. What do you need?
Oh, so yes. As I turn around and see that.
With the even though you aren't aware that it's your allies touching you, you feel that these things are still grabbing on to you, even though some of them are kind of falling away. Avtok, you can go ahead and make your saving throw with advantage.
All right. Okay. We'll take the 13, so 17.
Do you want to use your 14?
Nope.
Just making sure. So you blink your eyes. So is it Joshua or Avta? Sorry, is it Joshua or Ordo who is helping him to his feet at this moment?
think it's Joshua, right? Because I've been taking kind of the brunt of the
Hmm.
saving or helping him a bit here.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how he would react if I'm frightened by Beard and there's Beard.
Or
Fair enough.
I would react. Well, not reaction clearly, but as I don't know how to say that without it being a reaction, but vortex warp straight up.
So while the four of you are over at the tree and helping Avtok up, on the other side of the path, 30 feet away, leaning up against the tree, a very injured Chess is trying to catch their breath. And dropping down, you see this purple upside down goblinoid face appear directly, like inches in front of yours.
I am not going to stab you again. Don't even try it.
It says, "You're next." And you feel as if you just sink through the ground. You feel your bottom hit hard dirt. And you see the roots of the trees around you kind of begin moving down and in like a spider-like fashion form a wall. And it begins to close
Oh God.
you in.
Like, I'm gonna try to climb back up because that seems like the reasonable thing to do in a situation like that.
There's no light, no hole above. As you kind of rake at the walls, like you can't get purchase. The roots seem slick.
The irony of being buried alive as a necromancer is not lost on me. Yeah, no. I imagine at this point Chess is probably absolutely losing her shit and like pounding against the roots and like in a full-on panic.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh no. 4.
You hear a chuckle and a voice. That's 4. And when the rest of you kind of come back to where Chess is, she's just lying against the tree, just like twitching and shaking, staring off. Would you mutter? Would you?
Oh yeah, like not like this. Absolutely not like this.
Not like this.
Risk of getting attacked. I kind of try to see if she's okay, and
Just take her sword first, you'll be fine.
Yes, are you okay?
There's no response.
I'm not hitting her. I see what happens to people.
So my see invisibility, it hasn't been an hour yet, right?
No, it's not been an hour. I mean, it's barely been a few minutes tops.
Okay, yeah. So my see invisibility is still active.
Yeah, that gives you no additional ability at perception, right?
No, it just means I can see things that are invisible. I'm still shit at perception.
So the things that might be naturally hiding doesn't let you say it's
true. I suppose I'll come over too and just, what in the hell is this going on? Everyone is just going catatonic. I'll get down on Chess's level and just kind of grab my brother's shoulders. Chess!
Try slapping her. That apparently worked for me.
Not like what? What is going on?
So at this, Chess, you can go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw with advantage. See if they're able to pull you out of it.
Nat 20.
So you come to knowing, full well what it completely felt like be under the ground. Didn't feel to you like it was a vision. You swear it really happened.
I'm like coughing a little bit to make sure that I don't have any dirt in my lungs. Like,
You do it. And while no one else sees the dirt, you just begin brushing yourself off, and you feel and see the dirt kind of slide off of you, as if it was there. It makes complete and utter sense.
we need to get out of here quickly.
That's
started-
what I've been saying this whole time.
Agreed.
It started off so well. I figured the Feywild was going to be all right. I guess it's just going to be another place I don't want to come back.
And you again hear a voice. Not yet, almost done. And
Oh, come on. No.
this creature, kind of flutters down from above and just taps Joshua on the head. And what is Joshua afraid of?
Well, being that the spirit inhabiting his body's first death was being crushed to death, pretty sure that tight spaces, caves, the dark, being crushed, all of those things are. I was going to go with claustrophobia, but it sounds like you may have already done that one.
Well,
There's different ways to be claustrophobic.
so you watch as you heard this. You felt the tap on your head. You didn't really see this creature. But the ground gives way. And even though you weren't previously on any kind of hill or mountainside, everything just begins to tumble. You watch as the ground beneath your feet just slowly begins to change in elevation. What was very thick forest and plenty of plant life, solid hard packed dirt underneath of you, turns into a loose rocked rubble side. And as the pitch gets steeper and steeper, pebbles below and pebbles above begin to slowly slide. For too long, you're unable to keep your balance as even the rocks underneath your feet begin to slide, and you go careening over the cliff side. You see the heavy rocks below. You see the rubble that is underneath. You can only surmise that there's more above you. And like a cairn built under, around, and above, rocks slam into the valley below, battered, broken, unable to move. Any air in this place. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
All right. Well, these are some of my better rolls, and it still is an 8.
So you watch as the horror of being buried alive, crushed by this stone, broken legs beneath you, not able to do anything but cause you further pain. And the rest of you watch in a almost comedic situation as Joshua at first looks like he begins to dance as the ground underneath of his feet and his perception begins to give way until he rolls and slams himself into the ground, unmoving, whimpering in pain. Looks like his breathing becomes shallow as this little goblinoid creature, now clutching 5 of these little orbs that, at your perception, there's some semblance of these 5 little orbs dancing around his hand. Something about each of them that links to you. You're not quite sure whether it's a color, the way it moves, the way it smells. You're not quite certain. But it vanishes back into the trees. Joshua, unmoving on the ground. What do you guys do?
Well, for Joshua, the last thing that he probably would have said as this was happening is, "Not again."
Did we actually see this creature, you said?
Yes.
Can we all cast magic missile at the same time?
I want to. How far away is it?
About 15 feet.
Perfect. As soon as I see this thing, tendrils of my beard, sorry, F-Talk, begin to elongate and reach out for
Now,
this.
is this a reaction or is this an action?
This is an action.
All right. Well, let's do it then. Let's see if he gets away. You can do this.
We're doing initiative.
Yep.
All right. Well, if I needed to make a saving throw for him doing beard magic next to me, I got a 23. Wow, I'm rolling hot tonight.
I rolled the same initiative as last time.
I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, is that or no? It's the same. All right, so it would be Avtok. What is Avtok doing anything?
Yeah. I'll do a 2nd level magic missile.
Okay.
Because I don't have to roll a hit with that one.
Nope.
3, 4, 8, 12, 16.
16 damage as your.
And I'm going to make it. Never mind. I'm going to leave it because I don't think I have that damage type in 2nd level. Carry on. Just force.
Go back to. So then, Phlox, what are you doing?
I wish I didn't unprepare magic missile. I really wish I did not. So I'm gonna just go do a mind sliver. So
Okay.
I can.
Is that a saving throw?
Yes, sir. You're gonna be making a oh god, I was gonna stop doing this. With an intellect saving throw.
Okay. Gonna be 23.
Yeah, I think it pass. Yeah, I think it's correct me if I think it's half damage, right? Or no?
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, no, you get.
Yeah, cantrip is.
You're good.
All right. So then, who's gonna go first? Either Jesseline or Ordo.
Yes, probably. I have no dex. No dex bonus, I should.
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to bestow curse.
Okay.
That's a wisdom
Nice.
save.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no. I got a 9.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to choose wisdom. While cursed, the target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with that score. It also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me personally, which I need right now.
For sure.
And while cursed, it must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action and does nothing. And while the target is cursed, my attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to the target.
Ouch.
Ow.
And what's your DC?
14.
Ordo.
I need this creature to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
How about a natural 20?
Well,
No, send it back.
yeah, I would like to use a domain die. Or two. No,
I'm sorry. I haven't seen anyone, pledge any domain dice to this game.
I
Sorry.
am attempting to cast Ordo's Resilient Beard as I try to tangle it up inside tendrils of beard. But it's a little too slick. This is the first time I've ever cast this signature spell, so it's going to fail.
So could I use my reaction to cast Silvery Barbs to make you re-roll that nat 20?
No, I think that's when it hits somebody else, like the enemy hits somebody with an attack. I don't.
When you see someone within 60 feet of myself succeed on an attack roll, ability check, or save throw.
Oh,
Okay. I will let you know. Rolled with advantage. I can re-roll the natural 20, but my lower roll was a 12, so it would have been a 19. Want to expend the spell slot, I'll allow you.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. It's what I would have done.
Sure. I'm just letting you know to save you the spell slot. But good try.
Poor Avtok sitting next to me just sees my beard get bigger and bigger, and
I got a 17 on that wisdom save.
it's a very eldritch moment. But that's my action.
So nope, not stopping me from getting away, and poof, he vanishes. I got a 26. A 21 on his wisdom save to not stand there dumb.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice.
Is that with disadvantage? Or straight roll? Because you probably had advantage.
It was with advantage. All right. So it appears that whatever this threat was got for now. And how does Joshua come out of this? Who helps this moment of fright and fear go away for Joshua?
Are you asking us or Asa?
Either or, whoever feels like taking some agency here.
Not me. I'm unconscious or whatever. Incapacitated.
Should I mind spike him?
I am slightly paranoid about slapping people, but Mind Spike is going to do more damage than that. So I will do the right thing and go ahead and slap my friend in the face.
So all right, go ahead and take your point of damage and go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
When you slap him, my beard guardian just sort of moves protectively in front of me.
I scoot away a little bit.
Everybody's going to be afraid of me.
Could I have
That's a 16.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So you come to for the first couple seconds. You look and you can see bones protruding from your arms and legs from where they broke in the fall. You sit up and it's agonizing pain. And one limb, two limb, you can move them. They're not broken. You're not surrounded by stone. it was not a dream, it was a nightmare. And as a lot of you kind of stand there, kind of somewhat broken and battered from what's gone psychically, as well as broken and battered from what you've kind of done to yourselves. We kind of see the camera pan out, and moving ever so slowly in the treetops is this kind of purple goblinoid kind of bouncing, lighter than air among the trees, with these 5 distinctly designed orbs floating along with him. And while you guys can't see it and see off in the distance, you guys are heading in the right way as a cluster of trees all circle together, are tied into this kind of knotty, heart-shaped thing. And we'll see if they can get there next time. And that's what we're going to get tonight's session.
All right.
Fantastic.
So, I hope all of you were not traumatized, by this little thing.
Someday Avtok will find somewhere he likes.
I
I've
was gonna say, it turns out you are very good at describing scary things, so I'm glad I didn't give you a fear that I'm actually afraid of.
Oh.
well, thank you. I try to do my best. With things being a little chaotic the last 2 sessions and the chaos wastes, I was like, all right, how can I really muck around with people and illusions? Illusions and fear kind of go well together. Fears are phobias were kind of our thing on our live chat this past Monday night. So I felt it paired well, kind of bookending the week of Nerdarchy with, some fear stuff going on. So, that's that. We'll have a chat offline and figure out when we're going to rejoin the Pale Wood and these illustrious heroes bruised from each other.
I still have 1 temp hit point.
Well, some of the party are not so. But
Can I donate a hit die?
I took 1 point of damage that session from chess.
I did too, but then I also took a whole lot more than that.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to come check us out over on the main channel. Feel free to come join us next week. We've got the Monday chat. I'll kind of sneak it out there. We're going to talk about secret bases. It'll be Dave and Doug. Tuesday we're going to do a special one shot of Morkborg with DM Brian Colin, who is awesome and amazing and all the stuff he does. So I'm seriously looking forward to that. And, Dave will be back on Friday with the live chat. So come join and have fun. And until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Nerdy.